Americans are buying less groceries.
As a native Floridian, I just need to come on here and say what the actual is going on in the grocery world.
I'm not even buying fancy food anymore. Like, I'm buying normal people food.
You're definitely hitting a good sale today. What an absolute steal that is. Oh my God.
Welcome back to Prophecy Unfolding, where prophecy is truly unfolding. You know, if you've been following along for long enough, many of us know that things have been happening around the world. Prophetic events, we see the things that Jesus spoke about actually happening before our eyes. But today I wanted to show you something a little bit more practical in everyday life that we're seeing. And obviously the news is scouring about with all this, bad news, and we see everything that's happening with Iran and what's that doing with oil prices, but how it's affecting something a little bit closer to home. But also what it looks like it's coming in down the line. Someone I follow really giving a strong warning about what's ahead, but also for me and you practically how we can be ready and prepare ourselves. Obviously we know prophecy is unfolding, we know things are happening, but it's also good for us to be prepared and to be practical about these things that are actually happening. But it's hitting the pocket like never before. Watch this unfold, because I want you to get the full context of this, but also smash the like button so when asking the question, what's going on, why is this happening, how can we change this, how can we be ready for what's coming, this will land across their page, and hopefully they'll have some answers to some of those questions. But have a look at what's happening right now close at the home that hits the pockets, and then we'll have a look at what's coming.
I want to know if we're the only ones that are spending $300 a week on groceries, because I don't know what we're doing wrong, and I'm sick and tired of paying this much. Also, we're a family of 3.
So I'm at the grocery store right now, and a couple observations. Everything is insanely expensive. It's been expensive, but it's getting to the point where it's like unsustainable to just keep shopping for food, as crazy as that sounds. The second thing is, why are we still using coupons? What is the deal with coupons? Why doesn't the grocery store just knock down the price to what it should be with the coupon? Why do I have to pull this little ticket here? Or why do I have to go on the store's app to get the lowest price? Just give me the lowest price.
Y'all, I am in HEB right now, and they have lost the plot. So I personally eat this particular sausage, right? Because I eat turkey sausage. Let me show you how much this shit is. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, HEB has lost the plot, and they have lost their mind. And as a dedicated member, that really hurt me. Mind y'all, this sausage used to be $4.99, then it went up to $5.49, and now it's $8. Yeah, no.
Holy sweet mother.
Man, so I was cleaning out my freezer and I came across this old pack of ribeyes I got. $4.77 a pound back in 2024. Come on, let's go to HEB. So it's 2026 and it's $17.49 a pound. That's ridiculous, man. Come on.
This is what I got with $20 at Walmart in this economy. About every damn thing was $5. Okay, the chips was selected because I'm having sandwiches, man. Ain't no turkey bacon, because I got some eggs, turkey bacon and rice. Rice lasts long, you know what I'm saying? You could use rice with everything. It's $5. Like, they had 2 for $4.50. And then this was like about $2. And this was the last cheap one too. That's the crazy part. Cause that bunny was about $5. But yeah, this is what I got for $20 in this economy. I just want to let y'all know. This is inflation is high.
$1,200. $1,200 is what we have spent on groceries this month. We're not eating steaks. We're barely eating meat. It's like ground turkey instead of ground beef. We're doing canned tuna for tuna casserole. My kids have ramen and dumplings when I don't feel like making dinner. We're not going out to eat. We're not going crazy. We have some snacks every once in a while, but it's like, I don't know, a bag of Doritos every other week is what we're buying. And mostly it's like air popped popcorn. How are we spending $1,200 in a month on groceries? This is unsustainable. How do we live like this?
Have a family, I would like to know how much you're spending in groceries. Like, what does your monthly grocery budget look like? Because my husband and I sat down the other day to do our monthly budget, and we just had to increase it by an additional $200 because I noticed a huge price increase in meat. We shop at Costco, and we used to get the steaks, and they were like $50. I think it came in a pack of 3. It was $83 the last time that we went to Costco. And I was telling him, I said, you know what? Whether or not you can afford to buy chicken, beef, steak, like, that's going to be a sign of wealth. Like, meat is going to be for wealthy people. Sure enough, I started to see videos of people saying that they were cutting back on buying meat because it is too expensive. Like this one lady, she was saying that she was spending $1,200 a month on food, so she just got tuna so she can make tuna casserole, or she got ground turkey instead of ground beef. And that's because, like, meat is the most expensive part of your budget. And when people really can't afford to buy food, that's the first thing to go. Feels like we are being priced out of necessities, not even luxury items at this point. And they probably think, you know what, they could just have beans instead. Okay, well, they can't have chicken, they can have beans. It's the same thing. They wouldn't even notice.
Who are these people that are affording groceries, going to the grocery store every week, spending $300, $400 a week, and they're just like, whatever. It's cool. It's pocket change. Seriously, not me. Family of 5. I have little children. Little. They're 12, 10, and 5. I don't even have teens living in my house yet. And I'm just like, just went to Market Basket, spent $338, family of 5. That's pretty good, honestly. Only got $20 of non-food stuff, and the only meat I got was sausage, like turkey sausage links, and chicken. Like, for the week. Not a lot of chicken. And I'm just like, what? How are we doing it? How are you affording groceries? How are we doing this? I remember being a teen and going to my friend's house, or people come to my house, and we would just like eat all the strawberries, all the chips, drink all the orange juice in one day. I wonder if my parents and their parents were like wanting to like wring our necks at that point, you know, because they're like, that is expensive. You just ate $25 in fruit. Obviously it wasn't $25 then, but you get the point. Are you affording groceries comfortably? Should I get a second job? Should I work more? I don't know.
This is a PSA for all of the privileged, rich, wealthy Americans. Hi, my name is Bridget. I'm 32 years old. I work full-time. And my paycheck does not give me enough to even get the bare minimums, okay? I had a savings account and I just had to use about half of it just to get by until my next paycheck, okay? And the reality of that is once my savings is gone, I don't have a crutch. I don't have any more crutches. And the stress of going grocery shopping, y'all, I'm at Aldi, okay, which is quite literally probably one of the cheaper grocery options. And the way that I have to pinch my pennies just to make sure I have enough food until the next paycheck is quite literally wild. So to all of my single humans out there, you're doing amazing. And you know, we're a one income family. My fur babies don't work. I wish they did. I wish there was an opportunity, but what are we supposed to do? Like, when is enough enough? Because this kind of living is unsustainable. Unsustainable. Meanwhile, y'all are out here driving your Teslas and your Cybertrucks and your G-Wagons. Y'all, I'm in a Chevy Equinox, okay? And I'm starting to think I need to trade it in because I can't afford life anymore. When is enough enough? I would love to know. I would absolutely love to know. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. I have a college degree. I am overqualified for my job. I am severely, severely underpaid. What are we supposed to do? What's the answer? Because I think the next step for me, I'm gonna have to look into food stamps, and I bet you my salary is above the threshold. But obviously, I'm $85.26 away from being in the negative. What are we supposed to do? How am I supposed to buy groceries for 2 weeks with $85 only to have 26 cents left in my bank account? When is enough enough?
Here's the real question. If millions of families are going into debt just to eat, what does that say about the true health of the U.S. economy? A new survey shows that about a quarter of Americans are using buy now, pay later apps like Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay just to buy groceries. We are not talking about sneakers and vacations. We're talking about milk, eggs, and pasta on a payment plan. And that number is climbing fast, which means more and more people literally can't afford food up front anymore. Let's be honest, Wall Street might look fine, but Main Street is starving. Call me crazy, but I would love to live in a society where moms don't have to worry about feeding their children, where dads don't have to work 10 jobs to make sure that Eggos can go in the toaster in the morning. That would be my ideal society, but I know I'm a little crazy.
I'm sure many of you, like myself, have noticed a massive increase even when it comes to the normal stuff like food, water, fuel to try to fill the car. All of these, it just seems like it's weighing down on many people. There's a lot of people there who struggle just to get the bare necessities and the everyday essentials. Now, prophetically speaking, this lines up with Revelation, how things have to be in order for that system to come into play. And it looks like the people in power, the elite, are doing that on purpose. They want to push up the costs of everything, and they have full control of what you and I can do, eat, drink, all of these things. But what's coming down the line from what has been forecasted even before the end of this year? Have a look at this.
They say food prices are going to potentially go up 50% before Christmas. 50% from today's prices in May. That is crazy. They're forecasting inflation could be as high as 6.75% by 2027. That's only 8 months away, guys. So let me get this right. Inflation at 6.7% at the end of the year. Keir Starmer wants it at 2%. So that basically means we've got a massive difference there. We're going to owe, if interest rates go up, then our borrowing as a country is going to go up. So Rachel Reeves is going to want more tax. Already in the high street, we're seeing major brands go bankrupt.
Now, that is not to scare you, but to prepare. I'm a strong believer in preparing ourselves for these type of things. Now, I'm someone that studied economics, and this has been happening for so many decades, on and off. Recession comes and goes, prices come up and down. Generally speaking, when they go up, they don't really come down. Something just shifts and changes, but this one is a little bit different. This is obviously on a global stage now. It's happening everywhere. Even the third world countries are struggling to get what they normally used to be able to get. And obviously it's not helping with the war in Iran and the oil prices and all of these things that are kind of correlating with the prices going up. But a 50% increase with the food supplies could really hit many people in the pocket, especially around the festivities and Christmas and all those times that come in. So we have to kind of use common sense, and even scripturally speaking, we know before famine was to come, people kind of stocked up and tried to keep stuff aside and have themselves ready for the hard times. And if possible, if you have extra, try to get some extras in, whether it be rice and pasta, things that last a long time, so that when you get to that period of time, you're not going to be needing certain things and you can use your money elsewhere on other essentials that you're going to need. There's only so much that me and you can do. There's only so much that the layman can do, but just watch prices go up and down. And obviously we have to be prudent with what we have and be a good steward over what we have, but also then it brings in the key of praying and asking God for provision, and that what we do get will be sufficient to get us through, because it looks like we're going to see some turbulent times in that area. I know here where I am, obviously my home is heated by oil and it's astronomical. I went from €250 to fill a tank of 500 litres to now around €800 within a 2-year period. So it really does affect everything and all we do. But again, this is not to scare you, but to prepare you, to have us ready. We need to be realistic. Most of us aren't going to have hundreds of thousands pushed away for a rainy day or an emergency fund. But if I say essentials have to change and some of the luxuries might have to be taken out, and the candies and the sodas and all of these type of things, if we can cut back and be a little bit more prudent, it'll probably help. If this does happen, which what looks like it's going to happen towards the end of the year, but again, never know what could happen within a 3 to 6 month period. But again, this is something like this has to happen in order for the beast system to come into play, to give them full power, so they can have people leaning always on the government. Then it changes to a digital currency. It's just formulating and getting things ready for that period of time. But if I would leave you on one note, like always, remember, chaos is happening, yes, all over the place, and things go up and down, but remember one thing: God's always in control, and keep the faith.